Hello again everyone, and welcome to part 7 of the shelf layout. As you can see now, we've got some greenery on the layout, and this is always, I think, an exciting part of the build because it really starts to bring everything together and give you an idea of what the overall layout's going to look like when it's done, and you start to get a feel for the atmosphere of it. It's all looking a bit clean at the moment, so I'm going to have to sort of start doing some weathering, I think. But I'm quite pleased how this is turning out. Let me just zoom in a bit, see if we can get a better shot of... There we go. So all this greenery, apart from the actual scatter, which is like grass, I've decided not actually to use flock at the moment on this layout. I thought I'd stick with scatter. I needed some clump foliage and I wanted specific colours, and because I can't get to the shops at the moment, as none of us can, to be fair, I thought I'd make my own. So all this clump foliage is all homemade, and I'll show you how I've done that. So these are the batches of clump material, foliage and scatter that I produced from a sponge, and quite simply it's a car washing sponge that I had. So I used half of this and literally just tore it up into smaller bits, and then you put that into a sort of standard kitchen blender with a little bit of water, and then you can chop it up to whatever grade of foliage you want to try and create. An important safety tip here: if you are using a blender in the kitchen, make sure you do it when your wife is out, because if she sees what you're doing, then obviously there is resultant injury. So yeah, important safety tip to remember there. But once it's all chopped up, then you squeeze out as much water as you can, and then you can add to the chopped up foliage a little bit of PVA and some acrylic paint to the desired colour. Now, by using the PVA, I'll show you on this one here, you do get sort of clump material that we're all used to buying, so it's all sort of stuck together, so you can pull it apart to make up your bushes and trees or whatever. If you omit the PVA, you tend to get more like this, which is more like a ground cover scatter, and once it's dry, I speeded up the process of drying by putting it in the oven. And once again, important safety tip there: when using the oven, make sure your wife's out again, because they don't like the idea of drying model railway scenery in the oven. I don't know why, but there we go. So once it's dry, if you wanted to chop it down even finer, that's what I did with this one. I put the mix back in the blender dry to get something even finer. So you know, that's really good ground cover, but it's coarser than grass, so it gives an additional texture. But I reckon I've resulted there, with what I've already used on the layout, I've probably got about 20 quid's worth of foliage and scatter there for nothing, because I had all the paint and PVA already in stock. So it's a really good way of doing it. There are some good YouTube tutorial videos. There's one by a guy called Mel that does the Terrain Tutor channel, and he shows you how to do all this. So I had a quick look at a couple of those before I attempted it, but this is incredibly easy, and it is worth a whirl. So if you want to save a bit of money on your layouts, then I would probably go for it, because you got nothing to lose. It's dirt cheap, and it's really effective as well. So I'll just leave you with a few still shots of the layout. I'd like to thank ITV for screening I'm a Celebrity again this year, which means that I can disappear into the man cave without anybody noticing I've gone. So thank you to them. Thanks for watching, and thank you to all my subscribers, getting close to the 1,000 mark now, at which point I should do something special. So thanks for watching, and stay safe everybody, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.